Welcome to the Play Space Live. Feels like the weekend. We got a date at the Hub City Speedway with Red, White, and Blue Racing, our inaugural race for the 75th anniversary, our 75 years of racing tribute set with Red, White, and Blue. Keith Avalone from Play Games. Sam is producing tonight's show as usual. This set is now available. We just made it available seconds ago. Our special commemorative set inspired by NASCAR's 75th anniversary season, put together by our resident racing expert, Jerry Minks, who I hope is in the audience tonight. I believe he's going to be in the audience tonight, watching the stream. He's already actually run a couple of races with this, and with pretty awesome results. I'll let him tell you about it. Won't steal his thunder. And, of course, our graphics whiz, Sam, who put together the car art and so forth for this set. Excited to get this race underway. So let's head to the game table. Couple of things here. Well, you know what? We ran a stream about this set, so I'm not going to do any explanation. If you want to know how this set came about or what it's all about, why it looks different, why it's set up the way it is, you can watch our previous stream. We're going to get right to racing at Hub City, which is a dirt track, Spartanburg, South Carolina. This is a 100-mile race. Each of the sets comes with a card which explains what the 100-mile race rules are, in case you don't know them already. But briefly running over them, each turn, rather than representing 10 miles of racing, is going to represent 5 miles of racing. So 20 turns represents 100 miles of racing. Each 100 race features only one pit turn. I was thinking about actually not doing any pit turns for this race, but we'll go ahead and do a pit turn on turn 7. Yellow flag turns will be limited to one turn. Duel results, this is the big thing about the dirt track races, duel results cannot be passed on. There's not enough room on this track to play it safe. So if you get it called on to duel, you're going to duel. We, for the sake of realism, because these tracks are smaller, you're obviously not going to fit a full field of 43 cars in there. We recommend 30 cars. I actually have 32 cars on the track tonight. Won't go down the starting lineup. I'm sure you'll see them all as we get through it. I will point out that kind of the featured drivers for this set. Sam, would you grab me one of the packages? And I'll show. We've got Fireball Roberts and Jeff Gordon. We decided we're going to be the sort of the marquee drivers for this set. So this is what the set looks like.
Open one up.
Don't have time for that. Sam says I should open it up. Do an unboxing. I don't know. If there's demand for that, we'll do that maybe at the end of the race. But anyway, so Jeff Gordon and Fireball Roberts are our marquee drivers. So I've got them at number 1 and number 2. Fireball Roberts gets the pole position. Jeff Gordon in second place, but unlikely that it's going to stay that way for the entire race. And I did put a Petty in each group. We've got Lee Petty, the patriarch, in the top group. We've got Richard Petty in the middle group, and we've got Kyle Petty in the bottom group. So 3 Petties. Odds are 1 out of 10, roughly, that a Petty will win this race. We'll see if that happens or not. Let's go ahead and get rolling here. And hopefully, I apologize in advance if I make any goofs playing this game. I had intended to run a test race, off camera before I started, but we did not have time to do that today, unfortunately. So I'm sure the gallery will correct any mistakes I make, and Sam, you can just shout them over. So, all right, let's get rolling with our first turn, and it will be a top group, a challenge for skill. All right, so here we go. We'll start with who's got skill up here. Looks like Tony Stewart's the first one with skill, and that will be that's going to be a successful challenge with the blue die 6. So Fireball Roberts doesn't even last a turn. in first place. Tony Stewart seizes the lead. And let's see, skill. Lee Petty will be next. And that will be a failed challenge. Tony Stewart will hold him off with 5 brake pedals. Blue die 6 will be required to dislodge Tony Stewart. Greg Biffle, that won't work. And here's Jeff Gordon with 2 chances, 2 shots at the lead. One will fail. Oops, here's the second one. I'm with the 100-mile race rules. Oh, close, but not quite. Tony Stewart with the skill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Tony Stewart takes the lead in the first turn. Well, we go to turn 2 on our dirt track at Hub City. Let's see here. And we're going to get a duel. We'll have a lot of duels because 5 and 6 on the black die will be duel results. And the duel will be the number 2 car in the top group. Ooh, that's going to be Greg Biffle dueling Jeff Gordon. And, of course, he'll take him up on that challenge. Needs a... Oh, he's going to spin out. Possible escape of 6, or of 8, rather. So the duel fails, and he is going to not spin out. With escape grade of 8, he rolls a 3, so he's safe. All right, so that's our second turn. No movement in the order. And we get another duel. This time it will be the number 4 cars in the middle group. All right, so that's going to be Fonty Flock and Rex White. Obviously, they're going to go for the top slots here, without any feuding or fuming happening. So we'll have Rex White go for AJ Foyt. And let's see here. Needs a 4. Gets it. See if AJ Foyt can avoid spinning out. I'll just roll these 2. 10. Ooh, I don't think he does. So AJ Foyt's going to wreck. And we're going to have a yellow flag come out. That's so Fonty Flock's not going to get to do his challenge, his duel. All right, so we'll have the yellow flag is going to come out. That will be turn 3. Let's move everybody up. And let's put Joe Weatherly in. Gets into the middle group. All right, so we have a yellow flag turn for 4. Here's turn 5. Oh, I guess I should see if AJ Foyt's going to get back in the race. Repair grade of E. Ooh, it is the first third, though. So 7 or better will put him back in the race. Now, AJ Foyt is finished for the afternoon. All right, we resume racing in turn 5 after the yellow flag turn. And another duel. It will be the number 5 car in the top group. That will be Denny Hamlin gunning for Jeff Gordon. And he is good. That's a good duel. Moves him up to second place. Jeff Gordon. Let's see if Jeff Gordon can escape with a grade of 7. And he gets an 8. So we're going to have a trouble result. He's going to spin out. So we'll have another yellow coming out. Let's move everybody up. Rex White moves here.
Chips for dual winners?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You are supposed to get chips for dual winners. Yes, let me move everybody up here. I knew I'd not do something. Just get everybody moved up here. Yes, you got to get. That's really the only way to get chips in a dirt track race is through the dueling, because there's only that one pit turn. All right, so let's see. We've got Denny Hamlin's going to get one. Let's see. Who else had the successful duel? We had AJ Foyt. Let's see. It was. I'm trying to remember who the somebody will have to post who else gets the chip. Who else won the duel? It wasn't Dick Hutcherson. I'm trying to looking over my my drivers here. I don't know if Denny Hamlin was the only one that was successful. Let's see if Jeff Gordon gets back in the race here. 5 he does. So Jeff Gordon goes to the bottom here. Keep an eye on the chat. See if there's anybody else that's supposed to get a chip. And we'll move to turn 6. And here we go. And another duel. I knew this would happen. You know, I was emailing Jerry before the race. Jerry says, hopefully the dice will cooperate. Dice are not cooperating today. We're having tons of duels. All right, so it will be a duel. The number 3 car in the top group. So that will be Lee Petty. This time I'll remember the chip if he succeeds. He's going to go for, well, let have him go for Biffle. And he will succeed, so a chip for Lee Petty. And here is Greg Biffle needing to escape. And he does. All right. Okay, so that will take us to turn 7 in our pit turn. And let's do our pit turn. Our one pit turn for the Hub City Speedway. With Tony Stewart still in the lead. Hasn't really been challenged. Guys have been just kind of dueling each other. And Tony Stewart's cruising out front away from everybody. But here's our pit turn. It will be a middle group, or rather middle group challenge, or a middle group pit turn. Let's see, let's do our swapping first. 6 swaps with 1. All right, 6 swaps with 1. And let's see here. Let's just do our fast pit. Middle group. Here we go. Starting with Dick Hutcherson. That's not going to be good. Herb Thomas gets a chip. Janet Guthrie, I put her in there for historical reasons. Oh, she gets a chip too. Fast pit for Janet Guthrie. With a fast pit of 4. Richard Petty, of course. Jimmy Johnson. Oh, an 11 for Jimmy Johnson. He fails the fast pit with a fast pit of 10. Dale Earnhardt will get one. I guess Jimmy Johnson was kind of loafing around this time. No chip for Fonty Flock. A chip for Kevin Harvick. Junior Johnson is getting a chip. Wendell Scott needs a 4. Oh, he gets a 3. Dave Marcis, not enough. And Joe Weatherly with a 7, barely. Okay, so there we go. Let's rearrange everybody. Let's move everybody up. Let's see, Dave Marcis is going to fall back. Kevin Harvick will move up here. And then Dale Earnhardt will bounce Dave Marcis back again. Richard Petty takes care of Fonty Flock. A lot of movement here. Janet Guthrie will move Dave Marcis back again. And our final move will put Jimmy Johnson back to 18th and Herb Thomas at 15th. That should be our... And we got to do these guys too. So Rex White goes here, or Lee Petty takes over at 2nd. Denny Hamlin will bounce Rex White back to there. Okay, so there we go. Heading into the... That's our one pit turn for the race. 7 turns down, 13 to go.
Pete Stevens thinks that Rex White had a successful duel and has a chip. Or should have a chip.
I'll go with that. I think there was one successful duel, so I'm gonna do that. So that would put him up here. I do think there was I think Pete's right. Okay, now we're set to go for the final 13 turns. And here we go for turn 8. Back to racing. It's going to be, all right, so this is got the split die 2. So on the dirt track races, a 2 is sometimes the top group, sometimes the middle group. Because we're still in the first half of the race, it will be it'll be a challenge for the middle group. A middle group challenge for Smart. Oh, and we're going to have a problem at the end of the turn. I want to make sure I don't forget that. Middle group challenge for Smart. Let's take a look here. Smart, no Smart. There we go. Fonty Flock will get the first shot. And that will probably, no, it's outside his gas pedal range. And here's Janet Guthrie with a chance to move up. She's got the chip, too. Oh, my gosh, she might not even need to use it. Against Dick Rathman. Rathman's going to get 1 brake pedal, 2 brake pedals. No, that's not going to be enough. She's going to make that move and keep her chip because she got the red 1. Janet Guthrie into the top group. First, well, one of the more notable women drivers in early NASCAR. All right, we are still looking for the smart quality.
Problem for doubles 2, says Jerry on Hub City.
Problem for doubles 2. Did I roll doubles? Oh yeah, I did roll. Yeah, so we're gonna have two. We're gonna have two problems. Yes, thanks, Jerry. Because we'll have a problem. We're going to have a problem at the end of the turn. We'll just do two problems at the end of the turn. The double, because we rolled doubles, right? So there'll be two problems on this one. Okay, so still looking for smart. No smart here. No smart here. Here's Kevin Harvick with the smart quality. And that will likely, no, that's the red 6 will cancel that out. He does have a chip, though, so he can knock out Lee Petty, or Lee Petty, force Lee Petty to spend the chip. We'll go ahead and have him do that. So he'll spend, and Lee Petty loses his. So we don't move anything, but we do lose a couple chips. Still looking for smart, and that'll do it. All right, now let's do our problems now. So that's the end of the challenge segment. Let's do our problems. First, problem finder. Let's see. First problem is going to be, let's see, 46. That will be, see, both problems are going to be in the middle group, aren't they? Yes. So driver number 4 even. That will be, Dick Rathman's going to have a problem. I'm going to put his car like that. And the other problem will go to 45. Driver 4 odd. Oh, okay. Well, that's easy enough to remember. Rathman and Herb Thomas. All right, let's do Rathman's first. Let's see. He's got a pit crew of C. 12. Cooling problem. Roll for repair. All right, let's see if he can get out of this. We are in the middle third of the race. I don't think that's going to do it. 8. No, so Dick Rathman's going to be out with his cooling problem. Let's see if Herb Thomas can survive. Bump from the side, internal damage, roll for repair. So we got internal damage for Herb Thomas's Hudson. Let's see if it's going to knock him out of the race. He's a B. So we got to roll 7 or better. And at 8, that'll knock him out as well. Chip and all. All right, so that leaves a couple of spaces there. And we will roll to fill the gap because, because we don't have a yellow flag out. So we're going to have 2 guys move up into the group. Let's see, we'll start with Alan Kulwicki, who will not be one of them. Tiny Lund needs a 3. Doesn't get it. Bill Elliott needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Oh, my gosh. Cotton Owens needs a 3. Doesn't get it. We're going deep into the bottom group. Dale Earnhardt Jr., who we've not seen anything from yet. Ooh, I just knocked my board. And Dale's going to move up. Who's next? Darrell Waltrip with a 5. Oh, I rolled a 6. I can't believe that. Here's Ned Jarrett. This is good. Dice are not cooperating, Jerry. All right, Ned Jarrett's going to go.
Flock and Marcis should have moved up on the 14th and 15th. Moved the wrong card on the fill gap.
Oh, yeah. Right. There we go. That should make everybody happy. All right. Okay, so that will wrap up this turn. That's the 8th turn. We go to the 9th turn. And here we are. Top group. It'll be a top group challenge, and we're looking for reflex. And we're going to have a problem at the end of this one as well. All right, so let's not forget that. Top group challenge for reflex. Let's first check Tony Stewart. He has reflex, so that means basically with his 2 brake pedals and the 2 brake pedal bonus, we're going to need to see a blue 6 to have any chance of dislodging Tony Stewart. And there we go. Here we go. Start with, let's see who's got reflex. Looks like Janet Guthrie's going to get to challenge him first. Here's the blue 6. Come on, blue 6. No. I kind of like to see Janet Guthrie do well. All right, so that's going to, now, oh, she's got the chip, though. Well, see you later, Tony. Janet Guthrie takes the lead. That's pretty cool. All right. We're still looking for a reflex. Looks like Fireball Roberts will get a chance. So let's check Janet's break. Got the no break bonus on her car, 2 for being first, and she has the reflex quality. She's a total break bonus of 3, which means a blue 4, 5, or 6 will dislodge her, assuming that the challenger rolls within his gas pedal range. So Fireball Roberts will go first, and that the 6 was not enough. He have a 5. So Fireball Roberts cannot get Janet Guthrie out of the lead. That's pretty cool. All right, but looks like Rex White with the chip is going to take the lead here. See if he does it naturally. No, he doesn't. He'll have to spend his chip, knocking Janet Guthrie back to 4th. Denny Hamlin has also got a chip. And let's see, Rex White is going to, he's got 1, so a blue 5 or 6 would knock him out, but the chip will do the job. Denny Hamlin takes the lead. And Lee Petty with the last challenge of the turn. And, let's just check it. That's gonna knock Denny Hamlin back to 2nd because Denny Hamlin doesn't have any brake pedals on his car. He's got a total brake value of 3 here. And he got a blue 5. Oh, but Lee Petty got a red 5, which means he doesn't have enough juice to get past him. So, fortunately for Denny Hamlin, he will hang on to the lead as we end turn 9. Now we're going to the midpoint of the race, the 10th turn. And here we go. It's going to be all right, now we're turn 1 through 10, so we're actually right on the cusp. So turn 1 through 10, it's going to be our last middle group challenge on a black die 2. So this will be a middle group challenge, and with all those chips there, we're going to see some movement for sure. And, you got to do the problem. All right, so before we do that, let me do our problem from the last turn, our top group problem. We're going to do heat. I'm going to write this down. So this will be a middle group challenge for heat. When we return from the problem in the top group, 22, that'll be driver number 2, Rex White. And let's see what's wrong with Rex. You got a pit crew of A, so that should help. Clutch problem. Oh, pit crew A, no clutch problem. So nothing to do, no problem there. They had that car in tip-top shape. And we'll just roll on. Okay, so it'll be a middle group challenge for heat. And here we go. Ned Jarrett gets the first chance. And that, let's see, he's challenging. That will not quite be enough to knock Rex White out of there. No heat for Dale Jr. Here's Dick Hutcherson. And that will not work with the red 5. No heat for Jimmy Johnson. No heat here. Here's Fonnie Flock. And that will be a successful challenge. Tony Stewart drops back. Fonnie Flock moves into the top group just in time. At the end of the race, because it's such tight racing, there's not a lot of lead changes. And typically, the leaders would distance themselves from the pack in the second half of the race. So that's a big move for Fonnie Flock right there. Richard Petty, assuming he can hold on to it, because we have several challenges here, and many of them have chips. Richard Petty is going to... I just cursed him. So Fonnie Flock's got to go back, and Richard Petty keeps his chip, too. That's huge. We're still looking for heat. No heat on Dale Sr. Here's Junior Johnson, who also has a chip, so he's moving up. Let's see. Driver number 2, Rex White. I think that will knock Rex White out of there. The blue die 4. He's got the 1 brake here, 1 brake here. He has heat for 3, but the 4 means Junior Johnson's going to overtake him and keep his chip. This is setting up a interesting end of this race. Here's Wendell Scott with the chip, and he'll need to use that to get past Lee Petty. Wendell Scott. We get Wendell Scott and Janet Guthrie in the top group for our inaugural race. That's pretty awesome. All right, and looks like, let's see, Joe Weatherly will go next. And that red 5 will preclude him from moving up naturally, but he does have his chips. He'll spend that and knock Wendell Scott back to the top spot on the middle group. All right, so there's our standings, our order, race order at the end of half the race. Denny Hamlin in the lead, followed by Joe Weatherly, Junior Johnson, Janet Guthrie, Fireball Roberts, Richard Petty, and Greg Biffle. All right, we'll go to turn 11 now. So Black Die 2 will be a top group challenge now. And it's a top group challenge with a Black Die 1. Top group challenge for Reflex, and we'll again have a problem at the end of it. So let's do the challenge first. Who's got Reflex? Looks like Richard Petty's got 2 Reflex. Here we go. Doesn't look good for Denny Hamlin. He's got a chip, too, as well. So he'll fail on the first one, save the chip, try the second one. And Hamlin, let's see, we're looking for Reflex. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be enough with the blue 4 to move into the lead without spending his chip. So guess who's leading the race? Richard Petty. Surprise, surprise, right? All right, Fireball Roberts will take a shot at Petty. That's going to be going to need a blue 6 here with the starred Reflex and all those brake bonuses. So we're not even going to bother with that. Janet Guthrie, not even going to bother with that. Junior Johnson will get 2 chances. First one's not going to work. He does have the chip. Second one's not going to work, so we'll spend. He'll spend, forcing Richard Petty to spend. So nobody's got any chips left now. And that will leave Joe Weatherly with a shot here. Oh, look at that! Joe Weatherly with the blue 6. And no chip. Knocks Richard Petty out of the lead. That's highly unusual for Richard Petty to surrender the lead. That's pretty amazing. So Joe Weatherly now in the lead at the end of the 11th turn. All right, go to the 12th turn of 20. And it will be, we got to do our problem. Let me hold that thought here. Our top group problem. It'll be this driver number 2, which is Junior Johnson. 22. Brake problem, roll for repair. Ooh, D. And we are still in the middle third. He needs a 2 or a 3 to survive this. And he doesn't get it. So Junior Johnson's going to go out with an electrical problem. Let's move everybody up. Oh, like this. Get it right this time. See if Wendell Scott can make it into the top group to fill the gap, and he does. Everybody else moves up. Dale Earnhardt still with that chip. He's the only guy with a chip. We had a ton of duels early, but haven't had one in a while. Now watch, we'll have one probably this next turn. Let's see who's moving up from the bottom group. A 4 will not move Bill Rexford. Mark Martin jumps into the middle group. All right. Now let's do, that's turn 11. Here's turn 12. It's going to be a middle group challenge for, or did I roll? Did I roll that? I don't remember rolling a middle group, a rare result in the middle group. I got my dice set at 3 and I see it's 3 and 10. I'm just going to re-roll the whole thing since I didn't do the problem. Here we go. Turn 12. It will be a top group challenge for Smart, and we will have, and we get, again, with double 5s, 2 problems. All right. This is old school dirt track racing. We're kind of a timeless situation here, but this would be, the cars are dealing with the dirt, we'll say. All right, so it's going to be, let's do the challenge first, and then two problems at the end of it. Top group challenge for Smart. Let's see who's got that. It looks like Denny Hamlin will get a chance. Oh, and the blue die 6 is out. Joe Weatherly's out of the lead. Denny Hamlin retakes the lead. Smart. And here's Janet Guthrie with a chance at it. That will not be enough with the red die 4, so she'll hold in third. All right, so then no one else has Smart. So that'll be our position. Let's do our 2 problems in the top group. First problem will be driver 3, Fireball Roberts, and Driver 4, Joe Weatherly. Both have problems. Let's do Fireball Roberts' problem first. 31. Handling problem. Roll for repair. He's a C. I think he's out of the race. Indeed he is. So Fireball Roberts will fail to finish. Here's Joe Weatherly with an A. He might survive. Let's see what happens here. 34. Tight on the track, drop to the front of the bottom group. All right, so he's going to go all the way back here. And we're going to fill those gaps. Biffle here. No yellow flag, so we're going to roll. Petty will move in there. And Rex White will move in there. Let's move everybody up. Dale Earnhardt still with that chip. The Intimidator. Move everybody up here. And let's see who's going to get in from the bottom group. Looks like Joe Weatherly will move right back in. And not Bill Rexford. Not Terry Labonte. Probably. Lead with the red die 1 and the blue die 5. Wendell Scott in the lead. Greg Biffle.
Okay, hold on.
What?
We lost audio for a second when Millie tripped on the cord.
Oh, no.
We should be back on now. I think we're... Just so you know, though. Okay.
The dog dislodged our cord. Millie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's you got to love your dog, right? They always interfere with your life in pleasant ways often. Okay, so let's see. Wendell Scott is in the lead. Skill, let's see. He took so Greg Biffle will be next. Let's see here. Here's Greg Biffle challenging Wendell Scott. And a blue die 6 is good enough, but the red die 5 is not. No skill for Janet Guthrie. So Richard Petty gets the last chance here. Can Richard Petty take Wendell Scott out of the top slot? No, not with the blue die 2. Wendell Scott's going to hold off Richard Petty. Wow. And that's turn 15. 5 turns left. Here we go. And, oh, it's triple sixes. Oh, my gosh. Wouldn't you know I'd roll it? Triple sixes. Okay, so that is going to be a duel. And it's going to be a problem, right? Duel, let's see. Let's be the number 2 cars in the middle group will be the... no, that's a feud fume result. It doubles on a duel is a feud fume result. We don't have any feuding drivers. So that will not add any complexity to the turn. But we will have the number 2 cars in the middle group will duel the number 1 cars, probably. All right, so Tony Stewart obviously will try that, and he succeeds. Give him a chip, very big. Kevin Harvick, see if he can stay, he escapes with a 9 or better, and he is good. And Fonnie Flock will get the other challenge. I guess he'll challenge Dale Earnhardt. Needs a 4. Doesn't get it, so he's going to have to escape. 8 or better will escape, and he escapes. All right, so no chip for Fonnie Flock. Tony Stewart and Dale Earnhardt, the only guys on the board with chips. And that will wrap up turn 16. We go to turn 17, which normally would be a pit turn, but not in a 100-mile race. It's a regular turn. 4 turns left. Here we go. Or 3 turns left, really. Well, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 4 turns. Another duel. And this will be another feud fume. How many times have I rolled that? Right? 7 is a feud fume. So, again, I hate to waste a turn on that. You know what? I'm going to roll that again. We're going to add the turn. Because, it's down to the nitty-gritty. You hate to have nothing happen. And I've rolled a lot of those this turn. Again, Jerry, the dice are not cooperating. All right, so 1-7, top group challenge. And this will be a challenge for heat. Top group challenge for heat. Looks like we're going to... Oh, Lee Petty with double heat. Start heat. All right, so Rex White goes first. Wendell Scott has heat, so he'll have a break bonus of 3. 4, 5, or 6 on the blue die is possible dislodge, so that won't work. Rex White fails. Here's Denny Hamlin. And a blue 1. Denny Hamlin can't get Wendell Scott out of there. So that's Lee Petty with 2 chances. And there it is. Wendell Scott put up a good fight, though. And let's see. Reflex. Heat, rather. Richard Petty gets the last challenge of the turn. And I don't think that's going to be good enough. Nope. Not by a long shot. So that will wrap up the 17th turn. We have 3 turns left with Lee Petty holding off his son, Richard. Here's turn 18. It's a top group challenge, and it's a TV. Okay, so our TV drivers are Janet Guthrie and Richard Petty in the top group. So each of them will get a shot at Lee Petty. Let's check Lee Petty's brakes situation here. He does not have the TV quality, so he's got 4. So a blue 5 or 6 is what we're looking for to get Lee Petty out of the lead. Janet Guthrie gets the first chance, and that will not succeed. Richard Petty with the next chance, and that will not succeed. Lee Petty holds off Richard again. We go to turn 19 with Lee Petty. It's a 1-2 punch with Petty's at the top of the heap here. And it will be a duel. Number 4 cars in the middle group. So Dale Jr. and Dick Hutcherson will challenge. I guess they need the chip. So Dale goes first. Go for Tony Stewart. Succeeds. Give him a chip. Tony Stewart may have to use his chip to, escape of 8. No, he gets to keep his chip. And Dick Hutcherson will go next. Needs I hate to do that. He might not challenge. Well, I guess he has to. Oh, and he succeeds. Go to Dale Sr. Not an option. He can't not challenge. He does get the chip. All right, and let's see if Dale will 10. Oh, he spins out, but he spends his chip to avoid that on the dual result. Okay, so there we go. That's turn 19. Here's our final turn of the race with Lee Petty in the lead, Richard Petty in second. Where's the other Petty? Did Kyle Petty even get out of the... No, he didn't. Kyle Petty did not get out of the bottom group. Here we go. Last roll. Failing a trouble result. It will be a top group challenge, which is good. And we'll be checking for the star quality. And we will have a problem at the end of it. All right. Here we go. Star quality. Rex White, no star. Let's check Petty first. Lee Petty first. No star quality gives him a break bonus of 4. So blue 5 or 6 will be needed to dislodge Lee Petty from the lead, along with a appropriate gas pedal roll. All All right, so no star quality for Rex White. Denny Hamlin has the star quality. Here he goes. And that will not be enough on both red and blue counts. No star for Wendell Scott. Greg Biffle. That is a good challenge for Greg Biffle. He storms into the lead. Janet Guthrie's got the star quality. Wouldn't that be great? She needs a red 3 or better. Oops, hold on. Red 3 or better. Oh, there it is. And we need, what do we need? A 5 or a 6 on the blue. Oh, there's the 5. I can't believe it. Janet Guthrie takes the lead. And it's up to Richard Petty to knock Janet Guthrie out of there. Here he goes. I don't think he's going to do it. She's got the break bonus. Janet Guthrie's going to win. Wow. Well, anything can happen in racing, right?
Is the problem rolled first on the last turn?
That's right. We do have a problem. I was going to roll it last. I'll roll. Well, we do have to roll the problem, and I guess she could. I guess she could have a problem, but should I have rolled it? I guess, you know what, now that I think about it, I think the rules do say that on the last turn the problem should have been rolled first. Well.
Jerry Mink says the track card says end of turn on Hub City.
Right, it does. So I think in the rules it says if there's a problem, like in the rules, if you get doubles, you can do the problem at the end of the beginning of the turn, but the rule book says, I think on the last turn you should do it. I don't have the rule book handy. Anyway, we'll roll for the problem, but I guess it's really irrelevant. Unless it's Janet. If Janet Guthrie has a problem, if I roll doubles, we'll say Janet Guthrie has a problem. Otherwise, let's see. So my problem finder would be, if I roll doubles, it will be Janet Guthrie. And it's not. It would be Denny Hamlin that would have the problem. And for purposes of placing, he's got multiple. So he's got multiple problems, unable to continue. So Denny Hamlin would drop back. He would drop out. Everybody would move up 1. Janet Guthrie is our winner. I'm going to take a picture of this after I get off the air so we can see who. So here's our top 16, or top 19 rather. And there we go. Who'd have thought that Janet Guthrie could win an all-star race? That's pretty amazing. I have to go back and watch this again to see how that happened. I know she was pretty fortunate in a couple of different places, but it's pretty cool, actually, I think. So there you go. Janet Guthrie wins our Hub City inaugural 75 years of racing celebration race. Pretty cool. All right. We'll go back. I'm going to have to go back and watch that again just to see how did she do that. I didn't keep notes in the interest of timing of the stream to keep it rather than extended. So that's pretty neat. Okay, a couple community notes before we take off here tonight. First of all, Paul Salzgaber has asked me to mention his Play Gamer Golf Series is about to begin. All the information is on the Play Games community Facebook page, which is not to be confused with the Play Games. Our company Facebook page is different than the community page. I'm sure most folks are aware of that. So Paul will have all the details there. It's a 7-week series this year. Always a lot of fun. And Paul does a great job coordinating it and hosting it, including posting a leaderboard at the end of each week. Now, the important thing about this is you do not have to play in all of the tournaments, in all of the events of the series. It's 7 events, and they're on freely available golf courses. There's nothing you have to buy. You can either download the course. It's a community-created course, or it's a course that comes with the game, or a course that we made available through the newsletter. So all the courses are free, and it's just a matter of just playing whichever tournaments, whichever events you want. You can play all 7. You can play one of them, your favorite one, and it's all coordinated on the Facebook page. So thanks to Paul for putting that together, and it is about to begin. You can get all the details on the Play Games community Facebook page.
Real quick, before we move on to more news, we have at least one person asking about what's in the package.
What's in the package? All right, so we're going to do an unwrapping. All right?
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all right. Let me do just a couple of other notes. I wanted to mention we'll be at Origins in 3 weeks, Columbus, Ohio, the big board game convention. We have a couple folks who are planning to meet us there. If you'd like to join us, shoot us an email. You can either hit the contact link on the website, or you can use info@play.com, and we'll let you know our plan. Love to have you join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next week is the Now-a-thon. I'll talk about that here in a second. Let me open up the package. This is what you'll get with the 75 Years of Racin Tribute Collection. It'll come in a little cellophane bag like this.
Don't take the cards off of the board.
Maybe I should have you do this.
No.
Sam's giving me coaching tips. This is the liner notes are in the back. It's a separate card with the liner notes. Don't undo the. You're saying don't undo the cello with the cards, right?
Yeah.
Right. I won't do that.
Cards attached to that.
All right, so it'll come out of this bag like this. You have these cello packs of cards. These are the TV drivers. There's we got Jeff Gordon, Fireball Roberts on the top of both stacks, but the rest of the drivers are in these stacks. Here's the regular drivers, the TV drivers. These are the track cards here. I don't think I've got this one here. I'll open this up here. The track cards. We've got a little placeholder card on it, and these are all the track cards. Color coordinated by type of track. And then I'll set this aside here. So you'll disassemble this and get your cards out. These are your boards. Oh, you've seen the boards. They're foldable boards, bifold boards. And then you've got your the liner notes, which are fairly extensive. It's 2 pages of liner notes to kind of get you familiar with what's the thinking behind this set and how to use it. So that's the set, and it all comes delivered in this nice little package. How'd I do?
Good. That was great.
All right. Next week's the Now-a-thon. Against my best judgment, I'm doing this. We're celebrating the summer of Play Now. Originally, we had this scheduled for next Thursday. Unfortunately, I've got a middle of the day appointment that I have to take care of. So, and we're going to do this in the middle of the day. So we're going to move it to Friday. We're going to do it Friday from noon till 3. The Now-a-thon. We'll demo all 11. I believe there are 11 Play Now games. We'll demo all 11 of them. Back to back to back to back to back. Now we'll make a post on the community page with the schedule. So we're not expecting anybody to watch all 3 hours. Although we'd love it if you did. And who knows what you'll discover if you stick with us. But we'll have a schedule of order of when we're going to be playing the games, and we'll have a rough time time allotment. So we'll say we'll be playing Fury Hardball at 1:45 and Aviatrix at 2:30, something like that. We'll post that next week early sometime. But the Now-a-thon, please join us right here on the Play Games YouTube channel next Friday, not next Thursday, next Friday, starting at noon. Every Play Now game will be demoed. Everything from Aviatrix to Planet Flipper. So join us for that. That is it for tonight. Thank you for sticking with us, and thanks for all the tips and all the hints and all the input from the chat room. Appreciate it very, very much. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Pretty cool that Janet Guthrie won. I still don't know how that happened. It's pretty awesome. I don't think she never won a NASCAR race. She won not only did she win a race, the inaugural race of the all-time great set. That's pretty unpredictable, I would say. We appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out tonight. And hope you have an awesome weekend. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you being part of our community. And we will see you next Friday right here on the Play Space Live.